At least until you run out of ore. More of an ambient design. Finally! After much pain and suffering. You've won!
Congratulations, Captain. With our combined efforts and desires, we formed a lasting alliance with the EMPIANTs of Beta Caeli. Along the way, we've acquired invaluable technological knowledge and have firmly established mankind's future amongst the heavens. With this new FTL travel, our futures are only light leaps away. Congratulations, sir, on what I consider a supreme
We had
victory
15
for
planet-side
mankind.
colonies, 8 space stations, 55 habitats, 29 factories, 33 power plants, 26 research labs, 5 special installations. Those are the power, not the power. Those would be the space lasers, the anti-meteor guns, the force fields, and the mass drivers. We had 56 out of 59 technologies researched. One of those technologies didn't appear, and in fact 7 and 8 is the antigen bomb, and I think I actually completely neglected to build. I think the inverse fusion reactor disappeared from my charts. There's an extra tech. I don't remember what it was. It's not important. We've seen 11 out of 28 cinematics. Some of those cinematics are endgame cinematics, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. In fact, a lot of them are. We mined 18,461 units of ore, 16,011 energy, 44,141 life support. We had a final population of 10,800. We only quadrupled our population. Well, quintuple from 2000 to 10.8. We had 5,200 robots at the end and 40 vehicles, 10 times the number of vehicles we started with. The maximum number of vehicles allowed in the game is 127. Basically, if you try to build any more, your vehicle factories fail with no more engines left. This is an operational victory. I have never gotten better than an operational victory, score-wise. I may have gotten a grand at one point, but I've never finished an operation. I don't think I've never gotten a strategic or a grand strategic victory. A pity there was never a sequel to this game, or a sequel or anything else in its style. I liked its cinematic method. Now that we're done, we go back to basically the rest of the game. We can continue, and we finished on turn 7456. While we're here, unfortunately, the rest of the planets, the rest of the system will run out of ore, and all the humans in the system will die. We won, so it's not a problem. But at the same time, we still lost. So, Smith Refiners. find a graveyard containing Captain Johansson's mausoleum. Someone has spray painted a message that reads, "You killed us, bitch! Thousands of dying because you demolished the starship. Burn in hell." You've located an emergency distress beacon. The system signal is very weak and oscillating frequency. Within the sealed compartment, you find the last dispatch of Captain Louisa Johansson.
Sir, we found an emergency beacon on Gaia bearing the UNS Tantalus's insignia. The storage compartment held a recording from Captain Johansson. The robot is currently processing the recording via the computer station. Oh, I hope it can recover the recording intact. The robot will inform you when it's done.
Our PDA entries, we've got basically the peace treaty, some joke messages, which we can delete. Yeah, the rest of them are basically all joke messages. We can delete them, but I don't feel like it. How much damage did we take? We lost through the course of the game the entire Ares colony, which is probably almost all the robot destructions, some of the people casualties, one or two. We've lost 14 ships through the game. Two of those habitats, 2 factories, 3 power plants, and 1 research station. We killed 5,017 of the native biota. In an extended game where you're not dealing with the biota, that can get up to stupidly high numbers. Like, I had it over like 12,000 at one point. And then only 109 EMPIANTs have been killed. We have 56 technologies. Data on the UNS Tantalus. Last contact. Centaurians breaking through Pluto forward set screen. New tactics. 90 degrees above and below the ecliptic. Heavy casualties. Last transmission. Basically, Earth got owned by the Centaurians. Again, 1 asteroid report. Human-Centaurian War. This is new. This is new to the... Your barriers is believed destroyed. We are the Hirak, the Golden Ones. Once there were the Golden Ones and no one else. In those early days of the galaxy, we grew wise and began to wander among the stars. Nowhere did we find life. The stars were too young, except for Hiraki. Our world was the very oldest, and we were the very first. Sorry, this auto scrolls. In our wisdom and mercy, we began to spread the seed among life among the stars. As water patterns cooled, we visited to plant the simplest of life that may grow in our image. Aliens! Not long after Cape the Great Disaster, the center of the galaxy collapsed into a black whirlpool that swallowed everything, even light itself. Radiations from a million dying stars were released instantly across the reaches of the galaxy. Many worlds in which the Golden Ones lived were destroyed in the conflagration. Great was the loss of life among them. Yet a thousand worlds survived the great disaster. Meanwhile, on the Vapor Giant, where the Golden Ones left their seed, there arose these hated crystal abominations. From the sick miasmas of their Vapor Giant, the abominations arose to the heavens by sheer force of thought. Eventually, the criminal abominations built a dead zone around the Hirax and prevented them from expanding. During this time, the Hirax fought back as best they could. They greatly feared being trapped inside an impenetrable boundary. Captain, the Hirax called the Impiants the Crystal Abominations. It seems the Empiant developed their own empire which surrounded the Hirax. Hirax began sending out thousands of spore ships to terraform terrestrial planets and seed them with friendly life. The spore ship arrived at this star about 1.7 billion years ago to create a world in which to plant new Hirax life. Captain, we now know why the life form of the two terrestrial planets are so similar. They're basically Hirax, not truly native. That they are similar to the Alpha Centauri suggests the Centaurians are also the offspring of the Hirax. The Hirax. Yeah. Or ran out at New Terra. Or maybe it's fine still. Oh well. Let's go to the bridge, do a victory lap.
Well, sir, we have an entire system at our disposal. We might as well begin filling the various planets with our colonies. There are undoubtedly many things waiting for us out here. I underestimated your skills as a leader, Captain. I apologize. I believe the UN hired the best person to command the Calypso after all.
Sir, our best ships can crisscross this system in no time flat. We should begin exploring all of the planets as thoroughly as possible. I'm quite anxious to find any bits and pieces of the Tantalus legacy that's lingering behind. May the new crew of the cloned Calypso EMPIANT ship have as fortunate a time wherever they go as we have had here at Beta Caeli.
A job well done, sir. We can put up more colonies at our discretion, but for us, well, our mission is accomplished, with flying colors, I might add. I'm going to retire, sir. I already have a condo on Ares. Come visit whenever you wish.
To be left behind after all this. Well, I guess it's only fair. I mean, our lives were doomed to end here anyway, thanks to the cryogenic process we've been using. I almost envy the new crew of the Calypso EMPIANT. Almost. Maybe I should write my memoirs, huh? As though anyone reads nowadays.
The riddle of the Tantalus is solved. Captain Johansson's decision to dismantle the Tantalus and take its engine to Gaia was quite inventive, if not overly dangerous. I suggest we do not take any such action. I will miss being in your service, sir. I will remain with the Calypso, sir.
And that's the game.
To serve with you. Good luck in the
very
future.
enjoyable game. I mean, I've been playing it on and off since since 94, 93 or 94. On the floppy disk version. Thank you for joining me. I'm Lennox, and we will see you in another game. Goodbye.